Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to install and configure the EVNG on a virtual machine. All this lab that I'm creating here and I'm configuring are created in the EVNG. Actually, for the EVNG you don't need to have a very powerful computer. Just a normal laptop with 8 GB of RAM and Core i5. You can install the EVNG and use it. But for the images, the images that need more processor, maybe you need to have another computer and a powerful computer. And I'm using 48 GB RAM and it's a Core i7 computer in this labs. Okay, let's for downloading actually the EVNG, let's go to the website eve-ng.net. In this website, let's go to the download page, and you can see we have different version of EVNG here for Windows, Linux, and also for OS X. And the main two images that I'm going to speak about, the first one is the professional version. It's a paid version, it's not free, you have to pay for this. But this is it's suitable for the learning center, and it's providing some extra feature for the students to work on the same lab at the same time. But for a free version, community version, this version is free and you can download that and use that on your laptop. I think it's more than enough for a home lab, and we don't need any feature of the professional version. For now, in this community version, we have two types of file: the iOS and the ISO file and OVF file. The ISO file, actually you can download any of this, but the ISO file needs some extra steps for installation. But OVF file is just need to open that in the VMware. Okay. You can see that Google warn you that this is a large file and you cannot check it for viruses, but we are downloading it from the website, from the official website, and we are sure that there is no virus on this. Actually, I already downloaded this before, but you can download by clicking on download anyway. I already downloaded that and it's in my download folder. You can see this is a zip file, and you can after downloading you need to unzip that, and when you unzip that, there is 3 files here. To having this actually to the virtual machine, let's go to our virtual machine. Here I'm using the VMware Workstation Pro, and I believe it's version 17. Yes, it's version 17, but you can use any type of VMware software like VirtualBox or maybe Chemo and so on. Any software that is available for you, you can use it. And now I'm going to just open this in the download folder, this, and let's open the EVE file that we already downloaded. Okay, first we need to give a name for that, and let's give a name EVE_test, and this is the folder that this image is going to be extracted there. And I recommend that you use another drive for this because this image now it's empty, there is no any other iOS images in that. But in the future, when you download the images in this virtual machine, it will become bigger, and it's good to have a separate drive for this actually it can help you to manage this easily. Let's import that. It takes some time to import this EV image. In meantime, let me show you how you can create a network, actually a virtual network LAN card for this. For that one, let's go to the virtual network editor. When you install the VMware software actually, this will be available in your computer. You can see that I have different VMnet here. You can maybe add a new one or use any of this. For adding new one, you need to change the administration privilege. Let's go to this, change the settings. Yes, and the software will open with the admin privilege. Then you can change any of this. Okay, and now you can add a new one. I'm going to add, for example, the VMnet 2. Okay, and for VMnet 2, we can actually configure a DHCP server for that and select the IP address that we want. For example, this one, by default, we just select 192.168.23.0. This is the subnet and the subnet mask. And let me see, and this is the DHCP setting. The first IP address is going to be assigned to this virtual machine is 120. Let's it be the default, and we just need to change this to NAT. We have one NAT here. Let's change that and change the NAT to NAT. I'm going to change it to NAT because it makes everything very easy for us in the future. Because we need to connect our lab to a external internet, and in this case this NAT will also help us a lot. And let's okay this. Okay, our import is completed here. Let's select our virtual machine and edit the virtual machine setting. In the setting, you can see that you can select the amount of the RAM here, and by default, and this is the maximum one, and the recommendation is for 4 GB. But we are selecting 8 GB for this. And in the processor, you can select number of processor and number of core, but it depends on your machine how many processor and how many core that you are have available in your PC, and make sure that this option is checked, because this helps. If we uncheck this, we will not be able to install any chemo. By means the Windows and any other images that were in the class of chemo. Let's check this one, and in the last step, let's change our network adapter. In the network adapter, we can select the network adapter that we configured before. Now, okay, and after this, we just need to start our virtual machine. After installation, you can see that we can access the command line of that and do our first configuration on the EVNG. It may take some time. Let's wait for that. The default username and password for EVNG, the default username is root and the password is EVE. And you can see on top the default is root and the password is EVE. And the IP address that is selected is 23.128. Okay, let's log into console, root and EVE. In the first login, actually it's going to open a visor, I can say, and you can change some setting in the EVE. For that, at first it just prompts us to change the password. Let me change the password. Retype the password, and this is the host name. Let it be, and example.com. If you have a DNS, you can write it here, and here you can select between the DHCP and static. I recommend to use DHCP because maybe you may have some other virtual machine in that, and by default every virtual machine takes its own IP without overlap. Okay, and then NTP server if you have, and at the end you have a direct connection to the internet or you're using the proxy. I have a direct connection to the internet, but if you have proxy you can select these two options also. Okay, now our configuration is, our first configuration is finished here, and now we will see that we will have the EVNG in a moment. Okay, after complete boot up of this, it again will show you the IP address on top, and you can access that IP address in your browser. You can see 23.128. Let's go to the browser. I'm using the Firefox because it gives me some option for I will let you know in this video actually. 192.168, it was 23.128. Okay, we access the web interface of that. The default username and password for the GUI is admin, and the default password is EVE. It's not the password that we select before, it's a password for a GUI. Okay, you can see admin and EVE. Let's save this password. Okay, now we have our interface of GUI of EVNG, and let's first try to create a lab. You can give a lab name, for example, lab 1, and any other information if you need you can write here. Let's save it. Okay, we have our environment for lab. By clicking on this different options here, you can have object, node, network, and so on. But with the right click, you also can access some of these features. For example, I'm going to add a node, but you can see that EVNG actually supporting many different images here. It's from any company, Cisco, Juniper, and also Fortinet, Nokia, and so on. But all of them actually is off because we don't have any image in this. Let me upload some images in this, and then we'll come back here. For uploading image to our EVNG, we need a software to have a SFTP actually to the image to upload the images. I'm using here the WinSCP. WinSCP is a free software, and it's very suitable for use here. And we have the I think it was updated, and the new version is available. Okay, let's write our IP address 192.168.23.128, and the username was this time root, and the password is the password we select before, and login. Let's accept this key, and now we are connected to the root of the EVNG. Let's go to the drive, and the images actually you have to upload in this drive, in this directory, in OPT and Unit Lab, Add-on, IOL, and bin. The IOL will come to this folder, and the QEMU image, let me get back, the QEMU image will go to the QEMU. Okay, for the IOL, let's upload some images here. This is the images that I have here. Let me okay, let's upload these images in the bin folder. Please notice that I'm going to just upload these two, and the first one is the image for router, and the second one is L2, and it's an image for switch, but it's already a layer 3 switch. I recommend these two. The first one is anti-GNS3 and the second one is iron. These two are very actually they don't have any problem. They are optimized to work on the EVNG. Let's add these two to the directory. Okay. Okay, in the next step, actually, we need to, this IOL images actually require the license. For licensing this to, I have a Python script here. You can see I can put this Python script in the comment of the video. You can download that and directly copy. And I'm going to copy all of this with Ctrl A and copy. Let's create a file here, a new file, and name it any name, no problem. We can just make it license. And make sure that the extension should be py because it's a Python script. And we are going to execute this. And paste it here and save. Okay, now we have this license .py here in our drive. In next step, actually, we need to execute this Python.py, the license.py. For that, let me go to the query and SSH to. Actually, you can do it here also in the virtual machine command line here. But I prefer to do it in the query because it gives me the option to copy and paste easily. Query 192.168.23.128. And let's accept this key. Username is root and the password that we set before. Okay, we access that. Let's go to this directory actually. cd opt unitlab add-on and IOL and bin. ls. You can see that we have this file here, and let's execute this file. And the command for that is Python 2, then the name of the file. Okay, you can see that this file is executed and it just gives me the license like this. We need to create another file and name it this one, IOURC. Make sure that don't include the dot here. Okay, just copy this and then new file. And there is no need for extension here. Okay, and let's copy this license and this number and paste it here and save it. Okay, now the license is added to the EVNG, and before a license, if we try to actually turn on the routers, will not be able to. Okay, let's go here and add node and try to, you can see when we upload the image, the IOL become blue, and it means that we have some images in that. Let's select one of this, for example this, and save it. Okay, now we have a router and wipe it. Let's start. You can see that it will become blue when it starts, but in a moment it becomes gray again. It's not started, and it's because that we didn't fix any permission in the EVNG. For that, let me show you the command to fix the permission. The command for fixing the permission, let's first get out from this directory and write this command. Open unitlab MATLAB W wrappers and UNL wrappers and minus A, then fix permissions. Okay, it takes just in seconds. It will fix the permission, and okay, the command is executed. And now if we come here and start our lab, we will see that our router is started. Okay, now the router is started. When we click on that, it will prompt to telnet. For telnet, actually, I said I'm using the Firefox. It's because of that. It give me a link that I can choose a program that will what I want to open this telnet. I have a PADI installed here. Let me find that and select it. I think it's over here. Yes, PADI. And this is the software that I want to open this link. Okay, let's check this, and next time, every time we'll open with the PADI. Okay, now we are PADI here, and you can see our router is ready to use and to configure. Okay, and it was for Cisco UL, and you can also add some chemo images also. Chemo image means Windows, and also some other images like Cisco Firepower, ICE server, call manager server, and Linux. All of that are chemo images, and it's in the class of chemo image, and you can add them. For that, let's go to the WinSCP, and this time let's go to the chemo folder, and let me add the chemo. Actually, I have a image of Windows 7 64-bit Ultra, and I'm just downloading that, uploading that in the chemo image. And also you can install Windows in this, but the installation is a little bit, I think it's a headache, because first you need to upload the ISO image in that, and then install, and after installation you have to export your installation to a QCOW format, and then you can use it. Else, every time you stop your lab and start it again, you have to install your Windows again, because it's not going to save the configuration that you did before. But here I just did it before, and it's now I'm just adding that to the excuse me, to the EVNG. Let's wait for that. It may take some time, and after it's finished I will come back for showing you how you connect that Windows to the internet, and how you can add it in your lab. Okay, during this time that this file is going to be downloaded, I decided to show you how you can use the EVE documentation for creating images. Let me bring the EVE website here, and in the documentation you can go in the how to create images. In this one you can see all the images that is this EVNG actually supporting, and it shows you how you can have these images in the virtual machine in the EVE. For that, let's check for Windows, MS Windows Workstation, and MS Windows Server. In the MS Windows Workstation, you can see that it's just a step by step show you how you can create this image, and how you can actually save the installation after you add it. You can use this documentation for that. I'm not going to make a video of this, but it's very straightforward. You can do this by just copy and paste these commands, and create your own image in the EVNG. Okay, this one is still under moving. Let's wait for that. Actually here, let me show you more. You can have any type of images here. For example, let's see how we can have Cisco ID server, and it shows the version that it's going to add. You can download this ISO images, and then just follow this. This is the link that you can download this, but I think Cisco ask you for contract number on to download this. You can find it from unofficial sites. It's available everywhere, and then you can add this. This is the command that you can follow to add the ISE image, and also for others. Let me see, the Cisco IO should also be here, and the license should be this here, and yes, the iron, and you can see the images here, different images that you can add. Fix the permission, yes, how to make the license. This is the it doesn't give us any script, the Python script to create the license, but it just says that the license example is something like this, and you can find that script also in the internet. It's available, and this is actually the images that we can use in the event G for IO. Let's see if our upload is finished. No, still, let's wait for that. Okay, our file is downloaded here, and let's go to our lab and add a node. This time let's select the Windows. Let me see if it needs again to fix the permission or not. Windows, and then save it. Let's first wipe it, and let me in the meantime also add a network. I'm going to show you how you can actually connect this Windows inside the virtual machine to the internet. This is actually connected to the internet, to the external internet that we are connected now. I'm going to connect this to it, okay, and let's start the Windows. If it doesn't start, we need to fix the permission, but if it starts, there is no problem. Okay, it's started. I believe, yes, it's started, but if it doesn't start, you need to again write the command, this command to fix the permission. This command will fix the permission again, and you can start it. Okay, for this, because it's Windows and you need graphical access to that, not Telnet, you have to use a VNC protocol. The VNC, the software that I'm using for this is the VNC waiver. In the VNC waiver, you just need to let's sign in to get started. No. Just cancel this. Okay. Let's first add the IP address of our virtual machine. It's 192.168.23.128, and at the end the port. The port number for this, if I come to this device, in the left side down, you can see the port number here. Okay, it is 32780. 32780, and okay, and it means that yes, we are connected, and you can see that it's already connected to the internet, because this net, it's a cloud and it's connected to internet. When I just connect this, it takes the IP address from my DHCP server here, from my router at home. This is how network working. You can see this. Let me check the IP address for this, and this CMD and IP config. You can see. Okay, the IP address is 129. It takes the IP address from the range of our D67 that we select, and it's just routed to my network. To confirm that it's connected to the internet, let's go to the browser and try to browse the website. For example, let's browse to YouTube. Yes, you can see this computer inside this virtual machine is connected to the internet, and actually it's very handy. In the lab, sometimes you need to download something, or you need to update the operating system, or maybe just configure something to access to the internet. Then in this option you can just use this cloud, right click node, and right click network, and in the network you can select here the management cloud. Okay, I believe this is the end of the video, and we just discussed everything about the EVNG. Please let me know if you have any other question, and if you face problem in installing this. But if you follow the step that I just discussed in this video, you can easily install EVNG and access all the feature of that EVNG. Okay, thank you for your watching, and don't forget to follow, subscribe my channel.